The opening scene portrays the mountains near the Mongolian border, where peculiar findings, such as enormous fossils of unidentified creatures and well-preserved thousand-year-old bodies, have been unearthed over time. Shifting to 1979, Professor Young Siam, a scientist, assembles a specialized team to explore the Kannon Mountains, aiming to delve deeper into these enigmatic discoveries. Among the team members is Hubei, a soldier involved in the excavation, facing arduous tasks evidenced by frequent collapses from extreme fatigue. Fortunately, Professor Siam's daughter, Wei Ping, serves as a medic, aiding those in distress. Through Hubei's perspective, it's revealed he harbors a secret affection for Ping, feeling a deep connection with her. After days of strenuous labor, the team makes a significant discovery, a massive skull. Moments later, everyone is astounded as the cave begins to shake, culminating in a massive explosion that wipes out the entire camp. Sensing the imminent danger, armed soldiers under Commander Hanoi Yang's leadership take defensive positions outside the cave, preparing for a potential confrontation. Professor Yang and a handful of surviving workers emerge as the sole survivors, as the explosion has seemingly revealed a new passage within the cave. Han inquires if anyone is willing to explore it alongside the professor, but most soldiers are reluctant due to the high risk involved. However, Ping immediately volunteers to accompany her father on this mission, inspiring Hubei to do the same, with his best friend's son deciding to join them. Subsequently, a group of soldiers is assembled for the mission, and they set off, traversing through the ruined cave. Upon reaching a massive crevice, they descend and arrive at an icy platform, where a tunnel leads to a dark underground. There, they stumble upon an uncharted cave teeming with mysteries. Strange fossils are encountered after descending and wandering for a while. Eventually, they find an exit leading to the other side of the mountain. Professor Young informs Huai about a legend regarding an ancient kingdom's gate, believed to be nearby and under top-secret government control. Their conversation is interrupted when other soldiers make a startling discovery, a massive paw print in the snow. Following this, the team begins tracking these prints, unaware of a large beast lurking nearby. Along the way, they encounter a swarm of butterfly-like creatures, which upon closer inspection, turn out to be peculiar-looking bats. Ignorant of the danger they pose, a soldier attempts to capture one bare-handed, leading to his demise as he is engulfed in a blue flame. Two more soldiers rush to his aid but suffer the same fate. The team is then besieged by hundreds of these bats, prompting them to open fire. The ensuing chaos startles the nearby giant beast, causing it to trigger an avalanche, presenting another perilous situation. Facing a new peril, the group flees in a desperate bid to survive, but despite their efforts, several soldiers perish along the way. Eventually, they are compelled to halt their escape due to an abyss blocking their path. With no alternative, they collaborate, using ropes to descend into the water below. As they descend, the rope connecting Huai and Ping becomes ensnared on a piece of ice, leaving the two dangling precariously. Moments later, the rope snaps, sending them plunging into the darkness. Huai awakens to find himself cradled in Ping's arms, bewildered by their survival. With the number of survivors reduced to 4, Huai, Ping, Professor Yang, and San, they gather whatever supplies they can salvage before resuming their excavation. Along their journey, they stumble upon a vast cave with a towering structure at its center, recognized by the professor as the Conan Sacred Palace, rumored to house 9 levels where demons are imprisoned. Lighting a candle, Professor Yang ignites a fire, triggering a swarm of bats to encircle the tower. He then dispatches Huai and Ping to the tower's entrance, disregarding Tang Sun's warning. As the couple enters hand in hand, a bright light emanates from the top of the tower, followed by the cave starting to fill up with. San swiftly extinguishes the candle, halting the entire ritual, fearing they have unwittingly unleashed malevolent forces. However, this action triggers the collapse of the cave, and the bats return to assail them. Sensing the imminent peril, T's son sacrifices himself to divert the bats' attention, enabling the remaining group members to flee. The trio manages to discover an exit, located on a ledge behind a waterfall. Despite their efforts, the bats catch up and launch an attack. While contemplating their next move, Hubei tries to fend off the bats with fire but is struck from behind. Observing the emerging danger, Ping swiftly pushes him into the water before leaping in with her father. Underwater, Hubei finds Ping, but they are soon separated by a colossal water creature that seizes her. Heartbroken, Hubei swims back to the base, where his wounds are treated, and Commander Han informs him that he is the sole survivor. The commander reveals that all the soldiers' bodies have been recovered except for Ping and her father's. Devastated by the loss of his loved ones, Hubei decides to abandon everything and boards a train to return home without informing anyone. Upon arrival, he is greeted by Mr. Wang, his new employer, who assigns him a job as a librarian. Hubei settles into this new life, living peacefully. Unexpectedly, he reunites with his childhood friend Kayan, who works as an entertainer. During a lunch outing at a local bar, stumbles upon a book authored by Professor Y the following day at work. Upon perusing its contents, he uncovers information about the same demon tower, leading him to suspect that the professor was aware of it all along. Connecting the dots, he realizes that only he and Ping can activate the demon tower, which explains why Professor Yang had sent them in earlier. Meanwhile, Commander Han and his team stumble upon a coffin containing a living woman resembling Ping, known as Shirley. The officers confine her to a closely monitored room due to her possessing an uncontrollable mysterious power. Han's team locates Professor Yang and transports him to their headquarters. 3 years later, as enigmatic giant beasts attack Oil City in West China, causing widespread devastation, Professor Yang hypothesizes that the tower's activation has opened portals in space and time, allowing demonic creatures to invade Earth. Sneaking out of military headquarters for deeper insights, the professor's discoveries about these demons seem to affect Y, as the scar on his back becomes agitated, igniting with blue flames while he reads in the library, leading to inexplicable occurrences. With newfound abilities, Hubei can now levitate furniture and his friend. Shortly after, Mr. Wang appears, remaining remarkably composed despite the ongoing chaos. He swiftly restores order and explains that Hubei's blood has been tainted by a demonic force during the recent bat attack. According to Mr. Wang, this has granted Hubei immense power, but its use could condemn him to hell. Hubei questions how Mr. Wang possesses this knowledge and, utilizing his psychic abilities, transforms the library into an ancient tomb, revealing himself to be Prince Yi, protector of the Song nation. He elaborates that Prince Yi, Hubei's predecessor, led humanity in a battle against the demon race that had overrun Earth. Prince Yi sacrificed himself to seal the tower, imprisoning most demons within, but some assumed human forms. These demons now seek Hubei, the only one capable of reopening the tower. Shirley, seemingly having regained her memories, expresses a surprising desire to meet Hubei at the military headquarters. Following this, Han visits Hubei at the library, where initially he refuses to rejoin the military but later changes his mind upon learning about the woman resembling Ping. Subsequently, Hubei and Kayan accompany Commander Han to northern China, where they meet the team assigned to find Professor Qing Dong. This team includes Shirley, Wei Wei, and other soldiers. Initially mistaking Shirley for Ping, Hubei is corrected as she identifies herself as Shirley. After arming themselves and gathering supplies, the group sets out on camels through the desert. A sudden sandstorm forces them to flee for their lives, resulting in Kayan and 3 others becoming separated. Hubei's group reaches the ruins of Oil City after relentless travel, while Kayan's group remains stranded in the desert, facing an ambush by demonic creatures. Despite their efforts to escape, the monsters claim 2 lives, leaving Kayan and another man struggling for survival. In Oil City, Hubei proposes leaving the main group upon learning of their encounter with the monsters to prevent a repeat of the earlier massacre in the cave. However, Chen and Shirley opt to stay and complete their mission. Their discussion is interrupted by the approaching sounds of monsters, prompting them to arm themselves for combat. They swiftly defeat the first beast before pursuing the second, only to find the first one has vanished upon their return. During their struggle, Shirley seeks refuge in an abandoned school, with Hubei following her. Inside, they discover a grim scene of bodies hanging from the ceiling and a tunnel leading to the prince's tomb. Hubei is then attacked and rendered unconscious by a creature, but Shirley intervenes, driving it away. Unexpectedly, Shirley uses her abilities to place Hubei's body inside a coffin. Meanwhile, more demonic monsters appear, forcing the group to take refuge in the upper floors of the building, where they engage in a fierce battle using silver bullets and rocket launchers. Despite their efforts, the bullets prove ineffective against the demon's formidable strength. Wei Wei, disguising herself as a mannequin, tries to remain still to evade detection. She eventually joins Kyan inside a bus, but the creature tracks them down and begins attacking. Hubei regains consciousness. As, regaining consciousness, Hubei begins to scream for help, bewildered as his arm wound swiftly heals. Suddenly, he finds himself teleported back into the same cave housing the demonic tower. There, he witnesses a creature dropping Ping's body into a flame, which eventually becomes possessed by the demon queen. After the creature departs, Hubei approaches the queen, demanding Ping's return. However, she refuses, stating that Ping holds the power to open the tower, and suggests Hubei accompany her instead. Despite her offer, Hubei politely declines, insisting on returning to Oil Town to find another solution. Amused by his determination, the demon queen grants him a chance and teleports him back. Meanwhile, Shirley gains control over the monstrous creatures and directs them to attack the group. Upon his return, Hubei notices a creature attacking the bus with Kyan and Wei Wei inside, swiftly taking it down with a rocket launcher. As other creatures charge at him, Shirley intervenes, recognizing him as the key to opening the tower door. She cradles him, assuring his safety. Realizing that Ping will never return, Hubei retrieves a pistol and shoots her 3 times, causing all the creatures to vanish and the demonic tower to crumble. In her final moments, Shirley admits that Hubei is the only one who can kill her, unexpectedly kissing him before collapsing to the ground. Shirley undergoes a transformation into Ping, expressing her joy at seeing Hubei one last time. However, he is unwilling to let her go and carries her to the prince's coffin in hopes of healing her. As he lays beside her and tenderly touches her forehead with his own, childhood memories flood back to Ping. It's revealed that Ping possesses a supernatural ability to resurrect the deceased, which explains how Hubei survived his earlier fall into the abyss. Despite this ability, Ping's mother had forbidden her from using it. Her mother's death, caused by blue fire, reveals her lineage as a descendant of demons in human form. As the vision ends, Ping professes her love for Hubei and asks him to find her father before passing away, leaving Hubei devastated. After a period of mourning, he resolves to honor her final wish and embarks on a mission with the team to locate her father, marking the conclusion of the movie.